This episode is about shifting that thinking. It's about understanding the difference between love and likability, learning to stand firm in your boundaries, and realizing that sometimes being the dad who says no, or who enforces rules, or who teaches hard lessons isn't just okay, it's necessary. Here's what we'll cover today. We're going to start by talking about why it's impossible to be liked all the time and why that's okay. Next, we'll discuss how the desire to be liked can derail your parenting, and then go over some tools for setting boundaries while staying loving. After that, we'll dive into how your kids actually benefit from a dad who prioritizes their growth over their approval. And finally, we'll go over some stories and practical strategies for handling the tough moments when your child resists or dislikes your choices. By the end of this episode, I want you to leave knowing this. Your value as a father is not tied to being liked. Your kids will push back. They will get upset. They will test you. And that's a good thing, because what they need isn't a friend. They need a dad. And being a dad doesn't require approval. It requires presence, consistency, and courage. All right, let's start by breaking down this first truth. Your kid's love for you is not the same as their agreement with you. It's easy to confuse the two, especially when your child throws a tantrum, argues, or refuses to do something you asked. You might think, if they're upset, they must hate me or they don't love me. And that's a trap, dads. That's a lie our emotions can tell us in the moment. Kids are going to test you. That's part of growing up. And sometimes it doesn't come out as curiosity. It comes out as attitude and frustration and arguments, or that classic silent treatment. You know what I'm talking about. And that part can hit especially hard when you don't get to see your child all the time. Because in your head, you're thinking, I barely get this time. I don't want to spend it fighting. But being a dad isn't measured by how happy they are with you in the moment. I ran into this with my oldest. He'll ask me for money for Fortnite skins or Robux, whatever the new video game is that week. And normally I'd rather just say yes and enjoy the time together. But his grades weren't where they needed to be. The effort wasn't there. Even with his basketball, something he says that he loves, it wasn't getting the focus that it deserved. So I told him no. And I didn't just say no. I explained why. We talked about priorities, about effort, about how real life doesn't reward you just because you want something. You got to earn it. And he didn't like that. Sometimes he gets mad. Sometimes I get short answers. Sometimes he just stops talking altogether. And I'd be lying if I said that didn't bother me. Because when you don't see your kid often, the last thing you want is distance between you. But that's the moment where you decide what kind of dad you're going to be. I had to remind myself, I'm not here just to make him happy for a weekend. I'm here to help him become a man. And those two things don't always look the same in real time. So I stayed steady, calm, and consistent. I didn't punish out of frustration. I didn't cave out of guilt. I just held the line and kept showing him that I cared. Not by giving him everything that he wanted, but by expecting something from him. And that's the truth a lot of us have to accept. Your child won't always like you when you're doing your job right. Sometimes love looks like laughter and jokes. Sometimes love looks like a difficult conversation. Sometimes love looks like saying no and sitting in the discomfort afterward. The reaction is temporary, but the lesson sticks. They may not thank you now. They may not even understand it yet. But over time, they'll learn something important. And that's dad isn't just here to entertain me. Dad is here for me. And that builds respect in a way approval never can. You don't have to be liked in every moment to be a good dad. You just have to be consistent enough that one day they realize why you were.